Hi, Latna. Just
Uh,
testing.
it's hi, hi. This is Les, and I hear you, but there was a big echo.
That was me. Looks like you.
She. Let me see. Listen and
Oh, sorry, I left the meeting.
you're fine. For some reason,
She wasn't an interpreter.
mhm, she was not in the interpreting.
I thought you were just going to use the
I'm
speaker.
I I'm sorry. I thought I was. I didn't realize I was on mute. Or did you just mute me, Christy?
Yes, sorry. The meeting is live, and I'm trying to move you to the Spanish channel so we could do the audio test.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you so much, Les. Hi, Les. Just testing audio. Can you hear me? Perfect. Thank you so much, Les. We can hear you as well.
republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Director Hodges,
Here.
Director Rosen,
Here.
Director Hatcher,
Here.
Director Lamnon. Here. President Andrade.
Here.
Thank you.
So 2.3, we had a closed session, which was and we rejected, there was 2 claims against the district and we rejected both claims. That's the action. Okay. Okay. 6.1. Always good. It's always good to introduce new employees. We look forward to that. So are we ready for that? New employees, yeah.
Acting, Director of Recreation. My honor to present to you Armando Garibay. He started with the district in 2020 as a field attendant, part-time. Just a tremendous asset to our district. It's apropos for me to be here tonight because I was the one that initially hired him. So I'm thankful and honored to say that he now has a half-time salaried role with the district working in outdoor education under Supervisor Andy Steffens. As I mentioned, a great asset to our district, and I look forward to success out of Armando and the programs that he oversees. I might also add that we're a day past his birthday, so I sit here before you to wish him a happy birthday as well. Happy birthday? Yesterday was. Great job. Happy birthday. Yeah. Kudos, Armando. Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, it's like Noel said, I started in 2020. It's been just great and tremendous growth working with Hart. I did leave to go work for the city of Vacaville, and then I came back as a camp director, and I've been just transitioning to different positions. And this position is just another one of those transitions, and I can't wait to continue growing with Hart. Thank you, guys.
That's great. Thank you. Welcome. We have others. Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
Good afternoon, Honorable Board of Directors and Honorable President Andrade. I'm here to introduce our new Public Safety Supervisor, Fook Lay. I actually met Fook at our PCA 32 state mandate public safety, and I poached him from San Francisco. He joined the Park Ranger Division in January 2025 and quickly stood out for his professionalism and commitment. Fook was promoted to Public Safety Supervisor in September 2025. Known for his dedication and attention to detail, teamwork, and his outstanding public interactions that have been quoted by his other supervisors. Fook is highly regarded by the district and his previous supervisors and has been a quality employee by communicating not only his experience with his peers, but also with the park rangers and teaching them how to communicate with the public effectively. Outside of work, I didn't know Fook likes to go crabbing, fishing, and hiking, which I think sounds fun because we're an outdoors district. Also, he likes spending quality time with the son and watching Disney movies. In his time here, Fook has, helped me instrument some changes into the public safety routes, which has helped me take some time off. So I appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing Fook thrive with the Public Safety Division at Hart. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Honorable Board. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I've been in public safety the majority of my life. I started with the Moffett Field NASA Police Department, and then I moved to Santa Clara County as a peace officer, park ranger there. While taking PCR 32, I was approached by Jose, and it wasn't until 2 years later that I actually applied with HARD. I started there as a HARD park ranger, and I'm grateful to be able to transition to the role as park ranger supervisor, and I'm excited. I look forward to contributing to our mission to enrich the lives of our diverse community through all of the recreational activities that we provide through our parks and facilities. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, one more who's not here, but Dwayne's gonna tell you
That's good.
about
All right.
new park worker.
Good evening, President Andrade and honorable members of the board. This is Dwayne Taylor, Parks and Facilities Maintenance Director. As Jim mentioned, we have a parks maintenance worker. He's not able to attend tonight, but we did want to mention him and add him to the record. So Alejandro Nunez is a new park maintenance worker, and Alejandro's story is pretty impressive. He started with us in August 2017 as a seasonal park maintenance worker, meaning that he was, part-time. And so he's continued to work with us over several years, and he finally secured a full-time position. So we're really excited for him personally to, work with us, give us that much time as a hourly employee, and now he's going to be full-time. But Alejandro supervisors say that he's dependable, he's hardworking, and he's patient, as evidenced by him committing to us for 7 or 8 years. But he consistently takes initiative. He brings a positive attitude, and he can always be counted on as a supportive team player. In his spare time, Alejandro enjoys being outdoors with his family, visiting different parks, and going to the zoo. On his own time, Alejandro likes to dabble in graphic design. Last thing, we're excited and thrilled to have him as a member of our parks team. And we really look forward to his contributions here in the future. Thank you.
Great.
All right, so before you go in front of the Diaz and take a picture with the new employees with their hard pin, we did have 4 promotions in the last month. The first one is pretty exciting. A longtime 25, I think, year employee, Michael Main, who worked. How long has Mike been here, Noel? Yeah. Yeah. What I said, about 25 years. Mike's been recreation coordinator too for sports. He's done everything. And most recently, in absence and people changing vacancies and positions, Mike worked at Sorensdale, started outdoor programming and sports programs for our adults down there. Had took over special events for a while. So Mike has kind of been looking for an opportunity for a long time and applied to be ranger supervisor from recreation. And I will tell you that actually it's probably a perfect fit for Mr. Main. He's lived here his whole life. He's interacted with people at every level of every kind of program we do. And he really believes in our mission and safe and green parks. So it's nice to be able to see Mike get to somewhere he's wanted to be for a while. Alberto Gallegos as a park maintenance worker who was recently promoted to a construction and facilities maintenance worker. We find a lot of park workers work in the parks for a long time, and then as they learn the trades, they kind of move into the maintenance construction techs and more technical hands-on, less mowing and raking probably. And then 2 of our longtime recreation supervisors have recently been promoted to senior recreation supervisors. One of them is Noel Menendez, who's down at the end of the podium today, and the other is Daniela Kiefer. And I will tell you, although I've only been here 7 years and they've been here a lot longer, they did work for me for 2 years, and I got to see. There were 6 recreation supervisors when I started, and there's 2 that are still standing, and we just promoted them because they're the ones that cared. A lot of other people weren't quite ready for the direction and the faster pace that the district's been experiencing for 5 or 6 years now. So we're super proud of them. They filled in, doing pretty much everything too when we had vacancies, and Natalie's nodding, we're recruiting people. So we're just thrilled to announce those promotions too.
Good job. So, all right. take photos here if new employees? Clear the path for you. You're all right.
Yeah, if you guys just wanna get together, so we can.
You guys get to get that. Yeah, you guys are the, yeah, you're the star. Oh.
Alejandro, we're gonna have you join everybody for a quick calendar. Yeah, together. So we're gonna do one at a time. So let me come this way really quick. All right? Okay. We'll have everybody together and look at me. Sorry, my lens is off. All right, we're ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, we'll have you switch out. Booth, presenter there.
Here you go.
Okay, we're ready. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. We're ready. We're ready. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. All right, we'll go ahead and switch. Are we ready?
Okay, so really, while you're, yeah, excuse me, while you're getting up, so you know, Alejandro, we did tell the board about you and say some very nice words about you. So we don't want you to think you didn't get what everyone else got. And we are absolutely thrilled to have you and your timeless dedication and your perseverance to get this position and just hang in there. And now you're there. We just want to congratulate you wholeheartedly. We're very happy to have you here.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, you can read it again.
Okay. So everyone, since Alejandro just stepped in with his family, we're gonna reread his bio. So Alejandro, it's good to meet you and congratulations. I'm Dwayne Taylor, Director of Parks and Facilities Maintenance. So Alejandro is, he's been with HARD, everyone, as we mentioned, since August 2017 as a seasonal park maintenance aide, and he was hired into a full-time role on September 25th in the Parks Department. So Alejandro's supervisors say that Alejandro is dependable, hardworking, and patient. He consistently takes initiative and brings a positive attitude and can always be counted on as a supportive team player. It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay.
In Alejandro's spare time, he enjoys being outdoors with his family, visiting different parks and going to the zoo. And on his own time, he likes to dabble in graphic design. We are thrilled to have Alejandro here as a new park maintenance worker within our Parks and Facilities Maintenance team at HARD, and we wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing your family. I love it when people bring their family, and kids crying are just a part of life. And if you never had one, then I'm sorry for you more than it upsets you.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want to say anything, Alejandro? So just come up to the podium.
Well, I just want to thank you all for the opportunity, and I'm just thankful. Yeah, so I can provide for my family and stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
who's that? This is my son. And
What's his name?
Alejandro.
Junior.
Who else is here?
My wife and my two kids.
Okay.
Stephanie and Oscar.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. 6.2, presentation of the NAPF Layman Award for Excellence in Fundraising Strategy. And I don't know if I need to read this or staff's going to read this.
I've got it for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Dear President Andrade and Honorable Board of Directors, Nicola Espinoza Roa, Assistant to the General Manager and Public Information Officer. It's with great honor that I read the proclamation in recognition of Steve Love and the Hayward Area Recreation and Park District Foundation. Whereas Steve Love joined the Hayward Area Recreation and Park District HARD Foundation as Executive Director on November 7th, 2022, bringing with him a wealth of experience, enthusiasm, and deep commitment to public service. And whereas under his leadership, the HARD Foundation has experienced remarkable growth and renewal, including the rebuilding and revitalization of its board of directors, the development of a comprehensive strategic plan, and the creation of innovative, community-focused initiatives. And whereas Steve and the HARD Foundation spearheaded the I Heart HARD initiative, the foundation's first comprehensive annual fundraising effort, launched in 2024 to increase community awareness, strengthen donor engagement, and build sustainable revenue to support equitable access to recreation. And whereas through this initiative, the foundation achieved significant results in its first year, including a 12% increase in individual donors, many of them first-time supporters, a 40% increase in unrestricted annual giving, and engagement with over 2,500 residents through events and outreach, while also expanding scholarship opportunities and funding community improvements, such as an outdoor classroom at Sulphur Creek Nature Center and a new native plant garden. And whereas the I Heart HARD initiative was recognized nationally with the Leham Award for Excellence in Annual Fundraising Strategy by the National Association of Park Foundations, honoring outstanding achievements in park philanthropy, fundraising, and community engagement. And whereas Steve Love and the HARD Foundation exemplify a commitment to enhancing community life through parks, recreation, and environmental stewardship, ensuring equitable access to programs, and fostering a lasting culture of giving throughout the Hayward area. And now, therefore, let it be proclaimed that the Hayward Area Recreation and Park District Board of Directors expresses its deepest gratitude and appreciation to Steve Love and the HARD Foundation for their outstanding service, dedication, and leadership, and for their lasting contributions to the community that we proudly serve.
Accepting the award this evening for the HARD Foundation is Executive Director Steve Love, past President Linda Cliff, and current President Lori Taylor.
Should I just walk up and well,
Should I just give you the award and talk about it, or we'll take a picture of you with them with the award?
Dear Honorable Board of Directors, the I Heart HARD program came from the heart. HARD has more heart than any organization that I have experience with. My time here has so far been beyond all expectations. The leadership of our general manager, the collaboration of my colleagues, the support of my board members is unequaled. I heart HARD, and I thank you for this recognition.
All right. Well, Mr. Love, you're something special. For sure. Linda, you.
We hard Steve.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I put you out. Okay, we're gonna look at me. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple photos, but I'm gonna say on 3. Ready? 1,
Same thing,
2, 3. Perfect, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can move on.
Someone, you do not stay on.
Thank you so much for. I will teach you to stay behind you.
All right. Buddy, you guys feel like proud of your job. All right. See you.
Okay. I'll say it as they're walking out the door.
Sit down.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah.
Thank you.
There you go, Jose.
No, you can't go back.
Have a good night.
Place it isn't as nice as ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a bag of good ones in it. Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay, now is the time for public comments for matters not otherwise listed on the agenda. The board welcomes your comments under this section, but is prohibited from discussing items not on the agenda. Item will be taken under consideration, referred to board member committees, board of director committees, and or staff. To provide an opportunity for all members of the public who wish to speak, we allocate 3 minutes per speaker. So I have one card from Brenda Saucer, if you'd like to come up.
Good evening. I'm Brenda Saucer. I've been at the Hayward Plunge since 2010. I was in a deep water pool, had a heart attack, not in the pool, went out and came back. And then I joined Terry's class, aqua aerobics class, and I fell in love with Terry and Tom. They're the best people in the whole wide world. I guess you guys probably know that too.
Good to hear.
Well, coming there, the reason I came was because I have multiple sclerosis and I lived in Hayward and I was driving to the Berkeley Y. And the MS Society called me and said, why are you driving there? There's a good pool right there at the Plunge. And so they gave me $350 a year to attend the Hayward Plunge. So I've been there since 2012 in Terry's class and I just love it. And the reason I'm here is because of the closing. I'm elated that you're redoing it. I love that place. People say, you go to the Plunge? I said, yeah, but I love it. I just love it. I'm glad they're redoing it. But a lot of the older people, I'm one of the seniors, disabled people, are unhappy with the manner in which our accommodations were made, Arroyo Park. And I've gone there for about the last 4 or 5 years following Terry during the summer. So I love that. But in the winter, I just can't see being there. And we're going out of Hayward somewhere else. And I just wish that maybe somebody could have considered some other way that we could have gone to City Sports, if you could, afford to do something like that for an hour, 2 hours a week for some aqua aerobic classes or for lap classes. And I know I should have come sooner. I was over there till August. I came back here and everybody was grumbling about it. And I said, well, I'm going to go to the meeting and just let them know. We just wish it could have been done differently. Some more consideration could have been given to the seniors. I'm 73 and disabled people. I have multiple sclerosis. So it will be a hardship to go there, but we'll do it for a year or so. We have to do it because I have to go to those classes, but I would have preferred to not be out there in the winter.
Okay.
When it's cold.
Well, we're gonna refer that to staff and get back to you.
Talk to you offline about all of this if you'd like. We can't comment on it during public comment because it's not on the agenda, which means people in the whole community wouldn't have a chance to weigh in and be part of the conversation, but I'm happy to speak about all alternatives and why we are where we are.
Okay, and I did write a letter but no one responded. And it was, I did it online to the directors.
I don't know that I got
don't
that.
think I.
I figured you probably did, and I just told myself, well, I did write a letter, and no one else, someone else was gonna be here with me, so it's not just me that's upset about this or concerned about this, it's other ladies too, and they're much older than me.
It's, as a guy who started in pools 47 years ago, and it's my passion. We're gonna spend $5 million to renovate a 90-year-old building that the city's owned and hasn't contributed any money to the repair or maintenance of. We don't have any other pools, unfortunately. We have the 3 outdoor. The school district tore out 3 pools in the last 20 years. So we're kind of hamstrung in like our ability to put you somewhere that's in our control. But I'm happy to talk to you about your ideas.
And a suggestion I have for the Arroyo is maybe a tarp or something you can put over it, so we won't get wet, or a tent, if you could do that at the park, the time that we're doing exercise.
There, again, we can talk about this offline because I'm really
Okay.
not supposed to, but there are not a lot of indoor pools, publicly accessible indoor pools in the East Bay. Everybody's grown up swimming outside and all of those. And it's hard, and I agree, and I'm sorry, it's not ideal.
Okay,
So we have your
Thank you.
contact information.
thank you
I'll
for
give it
listening to
Jen.
me.
Thank you for coming.
I'll pass that over to, thank you for coming, yes. Let's see, and then we're online, right? So is there anyone for the public online?
We don't have anyone online for public comment.
Okay, great. Okay, so next we have consent calendar. Were there any, there's let's see, consent calendar consists of draft minutes of the last meeting, a resolution approving a compensation plan for the park rangers group, and approval of construction management services for Valley View Park, and approval of the budget change for Sulphur Creek Nature Center Discovery Museum. So those are 4 items. Does there anybody want to pull an item from the consent calendar? Peter? Yeah.
President Andrade, could we pull 8.4?
Okay, the request was for 8.4 to pull that one. Any other requests or comments? Okay. Okay, so can I have a motion on the up to 8.3, 8.1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, Mr. President, I'll move 8.1, 8.2, and 8.3.
Okay, moved by Director Hatcher,
I'll second.
second by Director Lamden. Please vote. Motion carries unanimously. Director Rosen on 8.4.
I just wanted to clarify, this is more for the public. It looks like it's just shifting columns. The net, there's no net change. I just wanted to have you, maybe could you expand on what's happening?
So there's a little bit of surplus in the Sulphur Creek Nature Center Park renovation project. And we need a little bit of that money to shift over to the Discovery Center to cover staff time, and maybe some additional architectural charges. So all that money's staying at Sulphur Creek, but it's going from the park project into the Discovery Center renovation.
Thank you. I just wanted it out in the public.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Director Lamden?
Thank you. Just to further clarify, so the park project has already been completed, and this is residual funds. Correct. So we spent money on a master plan for the park, and then we revised the master plan when we bought the adjacent property and submitted a Land and Water Conservation Fund grant. So we've covered professional services, grant writing services, and a topographic study for the site, and some additional staff time for the outdoor educational grant. And we still have a surplus. Thank you.
I'm sorry. So you can repeat that we have a surplus. That means that we're doing things under budget.
Yes, we are.
Just want to clarify.
For the record. All right. Okay, great. So do you want to make a motion?
I'd make a motion to approve 8.4.
Okay, a motion for 8.4 from Director Rosen,
I'll second.
seconded by Director Hodges. If any other comments, if none, please vote.
President Andrade, on my end, I do see that your account and Director Rosen's disconnected. Could you try refreshing the page to see if you get the
Which means turn it off and on.
electronic vote?
Hit the-
Everyone else is okay. Okay, I see Director Rosen back online.
Okay,
You should be able to vote now.
Yes,
And
I got it.
President Andrade, both of you are back online.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
That's about the degree of my technical abilities.
okay. Motion carries unanimously.
That's good.
Okay, well, it's a light agenda, written communications.
Yeah. You have it in your packet, yeah.
It's 9:21, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. We're just getting organized here. Good evening, President Andrade, Honorable Board of Directors, James Wheeler, General Manager, and tonight I would like to share with you a wonderful letter we received from a member of the public. Dear Parks and Recreation staff and board, this email is long overdue. I've been meaning to write you for some time. On behalf of Corsa Musical Theater students, supporters, and the entire community, I want to extend our heartfelt thanks to you for opening up your beautiful theater for us to rent. Corsa is unique in our mission, bringing together a Bay Area's most talented and dedicated young artists with professional teaching artists and mentors, and producing exceptional live music theater that always features a full live orchestra. We are a small nonprofit organization with a modest budget, and finding suitable space to do our work that is the right size and scale but still affordable is one of our greatest challenges. Being at the Douglas Morrison Theater this past year was a true highlight of our season. By providing access to such wonderful facility that is overseen by incredibly knowledgeable and generous staff members, you made a tremendous difference to our organization and the lives of those who participate in our program. For our students, the chance to perform in a wonderfully appointed theater in a professional setting is a life-affirming experience that builds confidence and skills, inspires creativity, and deepens their love for the arts. For our audience, it is a joy to gather together in such a welcoming and well-maintained space where atmosphere enhances every moment of the performance. We are delighted to be returning to the Douglas Morrison Theater next year. Producing our shows there offers us something that few theaters in the Bay Area can. Plenty of space for our students, directors, and designers to do their work, and an accessible and comfortable place for our audiences to come together and share in the special experience that only live performance arts give us. Being at your theater helps us create more than just an event. It supports a larger theater ecosystem that is currently faltering at the national level, and it enables a deep sense of community at the local level at a time when we dearly need it. We are deeply grateful for your efforts in making this opportunity possible, and we hope to continue building this partnership into the future. With sincere appreciation, Jennifer Bosing, Artistic Director, Corsa Musical Theater, and I will tell you that this is at the core of all we do. I hope you feel really good right now.
We do, thank you. Any comments to the staff, board would like to make? Wow. Okay, it is a pleasure to get that kind of kudos like that, so it's great.
Allison, Devin, gonna get a copy of this?
It will go in everybody's that's associated with the theater programs files and stuff, yes.
Great. Okay.
It's basically done.
And moving along, public hearings done, unfinished business, none. New business, approval of a contract for professional services, change order, and budget change for Hayward Plunge renovation.
Good evening, President Andrade and Honorable Board of Directors. I'm Diane Hardy, Bond Project Manager. Tonight, the Board of Directors will consider 3 related actions for the Hayward Plunge renovation project. One is awarding the contract to Cal Straight Construction in the amount of $3,082,777. Second, approve a change order in the professional services agreement with TBP Architects for $173,626 for additional services. And 3, authorizing a budget change to reallocate $3 million from the La Vista project to fund this work.
The Hayward Plunge renovation will address critical facility upgrades, including waterproofing and resurfacing the pool structure and concrete repairs, new mechanical and dehumidification systems, roof and truss repair and painting, ADA parking upgrades, and life safety improvements such as new fire alarm and exit lighting. The project will help preserve the plunge's structural integrity and extended service life for the community. 4 bids were received on August 14th, 2025, ranging from $3.08 million to $4.41 million, with Cal State Construction identified as the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. We anticipate that there may be additional work related to the chemical room, and we are therefore requesting that the board authorize the general manager to approve change orders up to 20% of the contract amount. During the building permit application review, additional scope was required to meet life safety code requirements. The design of these elements, along with services for the construction phase, are included in the additional services from TVP Architects for the amount of $173,626. A budget change is required to allocate sufficient funds for the construction phase of this project, and staff is recommending allocating $3 million from the La Vista Park project to the Hayward Plunge renovation project, with the intent to restore funds to La Vista as needed in the future.
That's great.
Yes, I wanted to know if there's any questions. I'll read the staff recommendations if you don't mind.
Can you just briefly, before the recommendation, explain why we went with 20% instead of 10%?
There is uncertainty in a building of this age.
That's succinct. That's pretty succinct, yeah.
We're concerned about what we're gonna find as we start digging in. When we take off the deck topping slab, we know that there's a lot of calcification in the concrete under the deck in the whole structure. So we worried about what might crumble or tumble or whatever as we do this work. The other thing that I think is probably resurfacing of the pool is such a simple forward sentence, but we are gonna plaster and tile this pool. It's gonna look like a real bright, live. I know Rick knows, Director Hatcher knows what I'm talking about. It's gonna look better than you ever imagined that pool could look when it's plastered and tiled.
Right. Questions?
So before we go to
Rosen.
can we ask questions before
Yeah.
the recommendation?
Well, why don't you make the recommendation and we'll,
Let me do that. Staff recommends that the Board of Directors by motion, 1, approve a budget change to reallocate $3 million from the La Vista Park project to the Hayward Plunge renovation project. And authorize the general manager to execute a change order to the professional services agreement with TBP Architects for the Hayward Plunge renovation project for $173,626. Approve the plan specifications and details for the Hayward Plunge renovation project. And approve the resolution authorizing the general manager to execute a construction contract with Cal State Construction in the amount of $3,082,777, and authorize the general manager to approve change orders in the amount not to exceed 20% of the construction project, which is $462,417.
okay, I'll entertain a motion and then we can discuss the item. Right.
I was thinking.
Okay, so I'll
Isn't
move it.
that how we do it? I mean.
Yeah,
We can-
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Discuss the item, otherwise there would be no discussion because no one wants to talk about it.
Right. Great point.
I'll move the item.
Moved by Director Lamden,
I'll second.
second by Director Hatcher. Okay, who had a question? I think Director Rosen had a
I
question.
had a couple questions. For the record, I was waiting for the motion for the aquatics guy to get on there for that. I was just waiting for him. I appreciate this 20% contingency because I can only imagine what you're going to find and what's going to be in that concrete and how strong it's going to be and everything. So now there's a buffer in there. Considering that, I think that was really, I think that's smart. I appreciate that.
All credit goes to the project
And I'm glad that you are running this project, because your attention to detail on things like this are going to be helpful. That's what I'm expecting. As we just heard earlier, the person that was here speaking about Brenda, that was talking about the plunge, it's well loved, and it's, as was mentioned also, we have nothing else that can fully replace this. So the fact that we are going to be taking care of this well loved, honored and award winning facility is very important. So thank you for taking care of this, and I'm glad that we're getting some money for it that will actually move the project forward. So that's it. That's all I've got.
Any other comments or questions? Director Hatcher.
You know, Diane, just refresh me, because in seeing the, you know, with the safety code conditions that are part of the additional services, and then also the contingencies for anything that you find, in regards to like the structural integrity, if things are found as you're going into the systems there, I mean, those seem to be bigger than just smaller contingent changes in there. So in regards to, you know, we're not retrofitting, we're not earthquake retrofitting, we're not looking at those services. I mean, that's structural integrity, I guess, is my question, you know, and these are renovation changes based on, you know, cosmetic, so to speak, and also, but once we get in there and if we find structural issues, you know, how, you know, do we have a contingent on how to deal with that?
We do. So we have done extensive structural investigation of the building. So we have identified some issues with the rebar and the quality of the concrete. So the budget does capture some of that, but as you said, it's an older building. The more we get into that, the more we might find. So we thought a healthy contingency would help.
Yeah, okay. We'll see what we see.
It's just unknown.
Yeah.
And it's one of these projects where it's so old that it will probably just, it could spin and could be more, I don't know.
I guess part of that question is that if we find something that, you know, forbid that we couldn't potentially continue, if it's found also, we'd have to find probably additional, but, you know, the bones are bones, and so hopefully those are.
The good news
enough.
is we've had extensive structural
Yeah.
analysis by more than one structural engineering firm. And they're confident that what we have in our design will render the facility useful for years to come.
All right.
So the contingency, if I could interrupt,
Yeah.
the contingency, as I understand it, was like the chemical room and the pumps and all of that, right? That's part of it, right?
Yeah, so there might be some additional scope that wasn't in the bid package that we might have to add in. So it was another reason we asked for the 20%.
Okay. Thank you. Any other?
Just refresh me on the date of how long it'll take. Do we have I probably was in there.
Happy to report that having done a schedule analysis, we are planning to close the facility. The last date to swim will be October 31st, and the contractor will be prepared to move in on November 1st. The construction duration at this time is 270 days. It is our goal and intention to reopen it before winter 2026. But we will work very hard to accomplish that.
Got it. Will that affect any of the parking, or, I mean, I'm sure it will impact some of the parking areas on that
That's right.
facility.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all the parking in that lot's usually for the plunge, so hopefully we'll be okay, but yeah, the timeline, you know, in an ideal world, things will go very well and we could open sometime in the warmer weather, and if not, it might take a year of work days, so.
Okay. Okay, any other comments? Is there anyone from the board, from the public online?
There is no one from the public on.
Okay. Okay, what's your pleasure? Can I have a motion? Oh, we have a motion, right? Okay, so we're covered. I'm sorry about that. So let's vote.
Sorry, President Andrade, can you refresh your page?
What happened?
There we
Okay,
go.
there we go.
Thank
Okay, the vote passed, motion passes unanimously. Okay, other business, brief informational items. Thank you. Who wants to start? We'll start. Paul, do you want to start?
Not really, but I will.
Okay.
Okay, please. Oh. The unincorporated area budget input that was at the Cherryland Center. Turned out it was more like, it's pretty smart on Alameda County's part. It's kind of a rehearsal of getting all the different communities on board. So it'll be hopefully an easy event when it comes to cutting up the money. No?
I wasn't getting corporate service.
And the other thing was the ribbon cutting for Tennyson Park was just outstanding. Both all the work was done on it, and of course our young lady Mia was there, and her mom. And it's hard to believe that Mia is now 17 years old. It doesn't seem like that was that long ago. We were afraid that we wouldn't get the things built before she passed away. And she fooled us all. With that said, I'm done.
Dr. Rosen.
All right, so it's funny because Paul mentioned two things that were on my radar. So I'm sorry I missed the Tennyson opening, but I was at the NRPA and I was lucky to go to NRPA and actually I learned a lot. I went to a lot of the seminars. It was really good to hang out with Jim and Thomas through parts of this too, because we talked to the Placer AI guys and I went and met the Portland Lou guys again, and I got a nice photo of me in the Lou. I was not sitting down or using the facility though. Let's see what else. Yeah, NRPA was really good, and it was good to be at the breakfast where we got to see the foundation being recognized for the dedication and what they're doing. They are kicking ass. I mean, just right. Yes. Yes. I got a lot of steps in those days. We all went to most of us went to the Sulphur Creek Foundation event yesterday. Was it yesterday or Saturday? Yesterday. Saturday. Seems like it. And that was really good. Heavily attended, and people were excited, and I'm continually surprised when 1 out of every 5 people I talk to had never been there before. It blows me away. And I think that by all this investment that we're going to be doing there and all of the shining the lights on it, I think we're going to get more and more people to see the facility and actually appreciate what a gem we have at Sulphur Creek. I think that's amazing. And one last thing I want to mention, I went to the DMT, Douglas Morrison Theater, and with my wife and my daughter and a friend of hers, so 2 adults and 2 young teenagers, to see the Murder for Two event. And they didn't get lost. They enjoyed it. It was, for those of you that were unable to go, it was amazing. It was a 2-person show. The woman that was the actress was, I think she played 10 different roles. And each time she would do different things. She would change her mannerisms. She would adjust her glasses, and she would do these things, change her voice, and to play each of these roles. It was a lot of fun. And they had fun. It was a bit of a musical theater that was a whodunit, and we're very lucky to have that space, and I continually am amazed at how the DMT has progressed from what it was and where we are now. So I'll leave it at that. So thanks.
Director Lamden?
Nothing to add except appreciation for all the great work.
Director Hatcher?
Yeah, in the Tennyson Park, when I was there kind of watching it all kind of go down, you're sitting there as this really great spectator of something that, I never would have thought when we started this, because I almost had the perception, like a lot of folks, let's just redo this section and move on. But, we multi-phase these parks. And so we're able to see these multiple ideas come through, over relatively short times. I mean, it seems like, we've been doing this a while, but to watch a park like that, San Lorenzo Community Park, really phase into just evolving. I've always loved the word living document, and these are living parks that are evolving in front of our faces to see like that park is such a transformational, with the corridor and everything's happening. So incredible, representation of the community, as well as dignitaries and watching staff, and especially Nicole run around and do amazing work and make things look great. So thank you guys for
making a hot dog.
Yeah, it's just throwing hot dogs around.
Hot dog starters not here. How many did she roll?
So between her, Christy, and Aaron, they rolled 300 hot dogs.
Yeah, that's impressive right there. I thought we were having a hot dog eating contest. I did have the privilege to attend with our general manager, Jim Wheeler, Brian Lasco, and our president, Lou Andrade, the RCD Resources for Community Development Gala in Berkeley on the campus to receive the award. Again, just being mentioned with some great services around housing and community work, to show that what we provide and what we brought to the table be recognized to that level. It was a wonderfully attended, a lot of funders, a lot of housing folks, a lot of community activists that were there. So Megan, you were missed, of course, but it was great to kind of see the group of folks that you run in, and the folks were very, very happy that we were there, and it was a wonderful award to receive. I just want to say I met with our BART director, Robert Rayburn, who's our representative for the BART board in our area. He talked about some renewed interest with BART in regards to the Greenway area, along the UP tracks along Western Boulevard. So I thought that was interesting conversation for how much of a dire financial situation that BART is in. But he was optimistic there'd be some opportunity with other agencies. And as a note, I sit on the Hayward Foundations for the Art. We provide scholarships around performing arts, visual arts, physical arts. And it was brought, most of the folks on that board, like myself, are part of the HUSD system there. And they talked about the almost complete defunding of art programming, and that most of the art options are going on their own to help fund future art programming. And knowing how much HARD revolves around art, the scholarships are becoming some of the lifelines for some of the kids that want to pursue further opportunities in art. So I just wanted to note that. That's about it.
Well, thank you. I was at the RCD thing too, and I just want to say, I forgot his name right now. The gentleman that worked with Brian and everybody, they just love working with HARD. They said it a couple of times, and so we really made an impression on them. So I'm not sure if we have any other projects with RCD, but they were a good partner. Okay, on Friday I went to a field trip with HASPA regarding HASPA and Save the Bay, and HARD provided it was for elected officials, and there was about 20 people or so, or 24 people, and HARD provided the vans, and Orloma provided the space, the meeting space. So it was and we went out to the levee to show where the levee was going to be, and it's basically right across from our the tracks from our park in San Lorenzo there. And I'd heard about it before, and I'd seen pictures, but I'd never actually walked it. So it's an interesting project, and I guess it's going to start in a year or two. I had a handout, I forgot the dates, but there's some $17 million allocated to it. We didn't get into the financing of it, but hopefully it'll start soon. Okay, I went to the Mariachi Festival and there were a couple thousand people there, I think. There was just a lot of people. They had prancing horses in one corner, and they had Lucha Libre in the other corner, and they had the Mariachi Festival on our bandstand, plus a lot of booths and food booths and other community booths and stuff. And it was really well attended, and I think really well liked. So now, even though the mayor forgot to mention us when he when he was there talking, the next day I saw him at almost later that week I saw him at the HASPA thing, and he really commended us for everything we've been doing, that we're stepping up and filling in the void where in terms of these events. So he did mention that. Regarding Tennyson Park, yeah, it was a grand opening. Went back there yesterday just to see what was how it's holding up. And I was kind of surprised. There was the pump track is mostly kids, little kids, I mean under 10, even though there were some older kids and a few rule breakers, but overall it was well maintained and people were following the rules and packed. I mean the skateboard park and the pump track were well utilized. So, and there were kids playing on the half court and everything else. It was really fun to see. Kudos to Sulphur Creek, the event. It was really well put together. It was a really beautiful evening, and I'm thinking we should have more events there because it's just really a nice location. It's so pretty in the summer evening or fall evening. Okay, that's about it for me. I don't know. Anything else? Staff, please. Yeah.
Good evening, Honorable Board President Andrade, Jim Wheeler, General Manager. Let's see. I think the RCD event was spectacular. The thing I think I appreciated the most was the other agencies they were honoring that are occupying what would be called retail space in all these projects, but they've given them to nonprofits. And I think the really amazing one to me was the food security people who have for 20 years been making sure people eat and didn't know how they were going to survive. And RCD came through and got the space available for them. So I agree. Great partner, great organization, doing real impactful things. And so it was impressive. Tomorrow morning, I believe a couple of you, I know that staff, Adrienne Lee Bird is going to go down to speak at the Board of Supervisors planning. It's Thursday. Sorry. Oops. To go down and speak about the Old Castro Valley Library. I'm sorry. Yes, the mayor was remiss in thanking us at the Mariachi Festival. And when he called me about something else the next day, I reminded him and he apologized. And so I just told him it's okay. That's the fun we have. Yesterday I got asked to be on the community panel for the city manager interviews. So that was exciting for me to be able to actually be able to have a voice for HARD. Safety Day is on the 16th. We don't have a board meeting between now and then, so our staff will be participating in workshops all morning, and then we'll break out for supervisors in the afternoon. And if someone was going to say that, sorry, I don't see anyone here from HR. And then Thursday afternoon, I'll be on a panel at the CPRS Directors Academy to talk about foundations, our foundation and the CPRS Foundation. And then Friday morning, I'll be speaking to the school about our use of data for decision making. And we're pretty much going to go back to the beginning of Mr. McCreary's arrival and the struggles and the things we've gone through. And then we'll get to the point where we'll talk about how we started with storytelling, moved into branding, went on to ArcGIS and finding an analyst, and then park evaluations, dusting off a master plan, a new mission, vision, value, strategic plan, a community survey and needs assessment and Placer AI, and how those all tie together to make sure that we're being a truly equitable agency. So it's a tough group to talk of because it's basically all the park and rec directors from around the state. So hopefully they'll be kind to me. That's about it.
So no update tonight.
Good evening, Honorable Board. Megan Tiernan, Capital Planning and Development Director. So the board just approved the award of contract for the Haywood Plunge. We also have 4 other projects out to bid right now, and the bids are due by the end of this month. So out to bid is the Bidwell Park and Community Center, Mount Eden Park renovation, Bay Trees renovation, which is basically the parking lot and pathways, and then Ashland Grove, the western portion, so the Ashland East 14th. So we'll be, in November, we'll be coming back to you for award of contracts on many projects. And we're getting lots of contractors showing up at our pre-bid meeting, so we think that the bids will be very competitive.
Great.
I'm sorry, can I ask, if you're saying that a lot of contractors are bidding on this, what is that attributed to? Is it about the economy or about, did we do different outreach?
Conversation time.
I apologize,
but she can tell you.
Okay. Okay.
Good evening, Honorable Board. Noel Maneve is Senior Recreation Supervisor. Thank you. Sitting in for Adrian Liebert. Again, we have an event for October, or I should say remainder of October. Ag Day, Saturday, October 11th at Meek Park. Dino-ween, which is our unhaunted house and carnival at Sulphur Creek, Friday, October 17th and Saturday, the 18th. Halloween, our dog park iteration of a Halloween event, Saturday, October 25th at the San Lorenzo Dog Park.
Cool.
Bingo and burgers at the Kenneth Aikens Center on Friday, October 16th. The classic monster movies at the Douglas Morrison Theater, Thursday, October 23rd and the 30th. The Halloween dance at Sorensdale, Saturday, October 25th. The Halloween Make-a-thon, kind of a crafting event, Sunday, October 26th. Beneficial Bats, Thursday, October 30th. And then the annual Trunk or Treat event, which the city hosts at Heritage Plaza, will be prevalent there with the stage and then mobile recreation on Saturday, October 25th. If I didn't mention it, Heritage Plaza.
Good.
I think we were remiss in mentioning the staff annual Halloween costume contest, which will be on the 31st of October. And although we could advertise it at the next meeting, we are expecting the board of directors to figure out what their board game theme will be and come and play with us.
Can I ask one event question, not a?
Well, not a conversation.
Not a conversation, just a question. I think there's usually an event in the plunge around this time of year with the pumpkins. Is that happening?
I don't have it on my calendar. I know it's happening though.
Oh, it is happening.
The floating pumpkin patch.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll be at a Royal somewhere.
Okay, thanks.
Well, actually, it'll be the first day of the plunge, so it'll probably be at the plunge as a.
It typically is at the plunge, and I would assume based on the timeline, it'll be on the 31st. I'll follow up with an email to the board.
Honorable Board of Directors, Nicole Espinoza-Roa, Assistant to the General Manager. All of the dates and information that was shared by Senior Supervisor Manuvez will appear in your GM newsletter on Friday, along with a great message.
Oh, yeah, better start writing it, right?
Yeah.
Christie, you have anything you want to add? All right. Well, we just want to thank you. It's been a great run here through summer and into October, and it looks like it's not ending right now. So please get out and enjoy some stuff. And thank you so much for being the board members you are and going to all the places and doing all the things you do. It is truly appreciated, and it does really helping us with everything we're doing in the community.
Great. Okay. Okay. Well, I think we're ready. Anything else? Next meeting, October 20th at 6:30, Monday.
Yeah. And the two.
These guys are all the stuff. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And a lot of age, like, hey, I know.
They all like, I'm sure they all like that privacy. Nobody likes.
Yeah.
Great
Okay.
As I